Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you my purchases from the Dior Spring 2016 collection and talk a little bit about my thoughts. It's available in Selfridges in London and I guess will be on general release fairly soon. I know that online on Selfridges, well, I'm not sure whether it's sold out or some of the pieces have never really been up, but certainly early last week, although it was showing out largely not available on the website. In fact, most of the pieces were certainly, well, all of the pieces as far as I'm aware, were available if you physically went into Selfridges, for those of you who are in London. So let's go straight away to my picks. I think probably the most interesting item in the collection, for me personally, as someone with quite a lot of makeup already, are these Diorshow eyeshadow and liner duos. I think there are 5 or 6 released, and I picked up 2 of them. And they're just a really convenient product with a cream eyeshadow, quite stiff, in the kind of style of the Laura Mercier caviar sticks. The Giorgio Armani has done them. Lots of brands have done them. What makes this a bit different is it's a dual product with the liner at the other end. Very convenient for your handbag or just kind of cutting down on the number of products. Obviously, it means that I guess you're getting less product. It's half and half, but frankly, as I find it difficult to use up anything, I don't mind about that. Now, I bought 2. It's quite an interesting colour collection. Needless to say, I went immediately for one of the more conservative, traditional, shall we say, boring, but I like them, colours. This is called Twig, I think. Yeah, 557, and you can see it's a very shiny, although it doesn't look quite that shiny on the lid, bronzy taupe, very mid-toned, I think very wearable for a lot of people. And the eyeliner, as you would expect, just an ordinary mid-brown. And I really like this product. It's just very easy to use. The liner in particular compares very, very favourably to my favourite Stylos de Chanel. It's a slightly thicker pencil. What I'm slightly worried about is there's no sharpener with this product in the way there is with the... At least I don't think there is. No, there isn't. There is with the Chanel Stylos. They have a little sharpener concealed in the far end. Obviously, because this is a dual product, they couldn't do that. But, I mean, it's always difficult with these push-up products. But I'm hoping I'll be able to use my Chanel ones. Although, as I say, it's a little bit thicker in this bullet. I actually quite like that. I find it a bit easier to work with. I mean, it's difficult for me lining my eyes because my eyesight isn't too good and my hands are a bit trembly as well. So I find this really easy to work with. And the kind of cream eyeshadow, they call it the colour stick, is very nice, very easy. I just put it on the whole of my lid, and then I like to use a shadow to create a bit of transition in my hooded eye. But you can use any kind of neutral shadow. Now, they're both waterproof products and they do stay very well, particularly the liner in my experience. The downside of that is you do need a good remover to get rid of it at night, but it really stays put in exactly the same way as the Chanel does for me on my mildly oily eyelids. And there's very little running, which is unusual. So I really like that about this product. What else to say? There is a bit of fallout, almost like glitter particles, I have to say, on the cream. I thought initially it was the powder eyeshadow I was using with it, but somehow I think it is this. It's very, very subtle, really not a lot, and I'm really talking about hours and hours after application. I don't tend to touch up my makeup, apart from lipstick, very much in long days, so I'm particularly prone to that. But overall, really reliable waterproof products. £25 each, so not inexpensive, but I expect they will last for a long time. Now, they do have some much more interesting colour combos. There's a really beautiful green, which would look fantastic on hazel eyes. There's a very warm pink, kind of bronzy pink, but I have very similar Chanel one. So I ended up unusually getting this quite spring-like colour. What's this one called? Hortensia. Which, as you can see, showing up even lighter than it is. It's a really light kind of lilac-y pink with a real sheen. It's just kind of looking a bit silver there. It's definitely slightly more pink than that, but it's a real cool-toned lilac pink, metallic again, and the liner with it, a dark lilac or mid-toned purple, I would say. I'm really loving this combo, even though it isn't spring yet. It is quite a wintry look because it's very cool and slightly frosty. I've been doing my transition colour with this from my Tom Ford Orchid Haze palette, and I really like combining with that one there. Just gives that slightly more mid-tone, so it slightly warms it up. And I do need, with my ghostly pale complexion at the moment, a good blusher, cream blusher with that look. But I've really been liking it. I've worn it several times this week. So I do recommend looking at those products if you're interested in convenient, waterproof, on-the-go eye products, and particularly the liners. Now, there are two very beautiful eye palettes, or very beautiful to look at, because they've got little petals engraved in them. They're the standard quint format. I was quite taken with one which had a very kind of pale gold, a standard taupe, and then a grass green and a yellow shadow, as being a combination of something I would use and something a little bit different. I swatched them on my arm, and the consistency seemed reasonable. They're pretty shimmery, however, now, as all Dior shadows are, and much as I like shimmer, it does make for, what can I say, a lack of variety in a single palette. The other palette was pretty too. It was really, from memory, white and two kind of silvers and a pink. I have to be quite careful with silvers, to be honest. I haven't found a way to make silvers look that good on me, even though I'm blue-eyed. I think possibly my skin tone is just too cool for it to look very nice. So I passed reluctantly on the palettes. There's also a blush, very, very pretty presentation. Again, the little petals, but a very generic Barbie pink that I wasn't interested in. There are the usual array of nail polishes in very pretty colours. But of course, for me, it's always about the highlighters, isn't it? I really didn't need another one, but the Diorskin Glowing Gardens highlighter. I think maybe there might have been two of these, I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the one I went for, which is number one, glowing pink, allegedly. It's not really that pink. Look how pretty. These are like the engraved little flower petals that I was talking about that are on the eyeshadow palettes and the blush as well. But this has nude, because it's the Nude Air in addition. Really beautiful, very good quality, compact, with the little kabuki brush that is okay. I mean, I'm not that wild about them. Very, very pretty. There we go. It looks pretty high shimmer. As a shimmer addict, I would say, in fact, it's actually quite subtle. There, you know, I've really packed it on the swatch with a brush. It's more subtle than that. Gives a very, very pretty glow look, or if I'm highlighting, I've actually done it with my fingers to get a really good swatch across the cheekbones, because I quite like that look, but it isn't everybody's look. And if you like a more subtle look, as I say, with a brush, this is a pretty subtle one, and it's just gorgeous in the compact. It's not as soft as the Guerlain illuminating powders, shimmers, but I couldn't resist, and it is a pretty one, particularly if you're, as I say, into the more subtle shimmers rather than the full-on look. So that was my pick. I'm pretty sure there are some lip products, but I have to say they didn't exactly seize me. And the nail polishes, well, I don't really look very seriously because I'm so into Chanel, I can't afford to have any more nail polish addictions. But there was a very pretty blue, very light blue, as I recollect, along the lines of porcelain from a couple of years ago. So all in all, very pretty. Very obviously spring in the colours and the textures. Worth a look, and I'm pleased with my purchases. So until the next time, which will probably be soon with all these spring collections, bye for now.